Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. I'm so happy to be with you this Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I don't know. I just woke up and I said, today is a Tiffany day. For you youngins watching, let me tell you about Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She's perfect. She's always been perfect, and she's been my inspiration in terms of aesthetic my entire life. So I'm happy to be with you in this glam with these contacts from the wig shop today. Okay. What did you do last night? Did you watch the train wreck that is Candace Owens? Jackie's texting me. I will text you when I'm done here, Jack. I love you so much. My bestie. Oh, okay. Did you see Candace yesterday? It was something. It was something. This woman confuses me. Were you confused as well? Okay, remember how I told you Nathan from Milk Bar TV was everything? Well, he's still everything because he again made a little compilation, because what struck everyone, I think, the most is when she said that she wanted to be remembered in the history books. She wants to be in the history books. Oh, my word. She's suffering from delusions of grandeur. She has such a false sense of her own importance. She may be mentioned in a little blip of the history books. She's not history-making material. She's trying. Trying to serve main character energy. I don't do energies. I don't do vibrations. But she wants to be remembered in the history books as one who held back the internet. And she said that last year she was trying to hold the internet back from attacking Turning Point USA. Everyone affiliated with Charlie Kirk, beloved best friend. It's her best friend. She was holding people back, saying, guys, everyone grieves differently. But now she's done with that. She's done being the peacemaker. She's releasing her dragons, because she's the mother of dragons, of course. If you were left scratching your head after she made that statement, you're not alone. I watched it by myself as I was cooking. It left me in such a stupor. And I was looking around, wondering if the puppies heard what I heard, because David doesn't care. I said, what? When did you hold them back? When, Candace? Oh, and if that's holding them back, goodness gracious, if we could just prepare ourselves. Okay. So Nathan, from Milk Bar, I love that guy. Nathan, can we be friends? He just has all of this on deck. He has been following this woman since her mental impairment started. Just has the clips saved in lovely little folders. I need to do that. I need to have my clips in folders so that I can easily grab them. Okay, let's watch this. Let's rewind. Oh, shucks.
Long gone from this earth. The history books are not going to tell the truth about the things that I did. They're not going to tell the truth about my contributions. But I want to be clear that I want to be remembered as the person who was holding the internet back. Last year, I was in earnest holding the internet back. Everyone was coming at Turning Point USA, at all these allegations. And I was like, no, chill, just give them some time. Everybody grieves differently. Just give them some time. It's just different.
Oh, my word. She's so annoying.
I believe that people within that company betrayed Charlie. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point, because I am disgusted. I am genuinely disgusted. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving. But I'm starting to think that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was something akin to a regicide, right? The assassination of a king to install a new ruler who the king would have never approved of. The way to honor him is to give money. I don't know. There's just something really sick and demonic about the entire thing. Oh. We just know. We just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump.
But not in yourself.
And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. Anyways, back at headquarters, I am told it's business as usual. And it's kind of giving me like, I don't know, LBJ when he gets sworn in that famous picture. Unfortunately sworn in. Unfortunately, of course, he's sad in this photo. Gosh, he's obviously not wanting to be the president of the United States. JFK was shot and killed. And now LBJ has to step up, unfortunately. But I gotta be honest, I wasn't there.
No.
I don't think LBJ was actually that upset. It's looking to me like the apparent plan was to assassinate Charlie Kirk, who had at long last faltered on the pro-Israel cause, and then to stage a hostile takeover of his brand and of his legacy. I want to know why the decision was made to murder Charlie Kirk, a decision that very clearly had to be approved by Charlie's friends. Cam Higbee is on the payroll of Turning Point USA beginning in August of this year. So in theory, Cam Higbee, who was laughing off the idea of an assassination attempt, is being paid by the very organization that just had its leader assassinated in broad daylight in front of the entire world. Obviously, for this to have been pulled off, there had to have been multiple people involved. There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen. Put it at a percentage that you saw that the girl in the ponytail matches the description of Erica Kirk. What percentage would you put that at?
That's 95 to 99%. Once I saw a picture of somebody in a ponytail with those eyes, that was that person. They were there.
Everyone was coming at Turning Point USA, at all these allegations. And I was like, no, chill. Last year, I was in earnest holding the internet back.
Oh my. You saw the choking happen, right? Nathan, you knocked it out of the park again, but give me just a moment. I'm choking to death. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, I just had the worst coughing attack. It's probably because of the Jews and Israel, because they're to blame for everything. It would only happen when I'm talking about Candace, because you know they hate Candace and they're just out to get her, the Jews and Israel. Oh, I'm still suffering from it. Forgive me. Okay. I don't think that Candace knows that her show is recorded. I don't know that she realizes she's on camera, because she would have realized that what she said could have been proven wrong. We can go back and pull different episodes to prove her wrong with her own words. And as I said the other day, that's so embarrassing. Centuries from now, unless the Lord comes back before then, which I hope he does. It's like, Dad, come and get us. We're ready to come home, Dad. You know, when you were little, and if you're a millennial like me, back before you had a phone and your own debit card and Venmo and Uber, you would just have to rely on your mother for everything. She would drop you off at Skateland USA, and you were just there on a couple bucks and faith that things would work out for you, because you had none of the luxuries that kids today have. And you just have to skate until your feet were blistered and bloody. And when you were ready for it to end, you're right there at the edge, and just one roll away from devastation. You'd go outside and you'd place the collect call. And you'd say, Mom, this is Edie, we're ready to come home, please come get us. And then you'd wait. And you wouldn't know when she was coming, because you didn't actually speak with her, because she didn't accept the charges. You just had to wait outside. And you'd look. Cars would pass by. And when she came, that's how I feel, waiting for the Lord to come back. It's just like, Dad, please, things have gone wrong down here. They've gone so wrong, Dad. Please come and get us. So hopefully we won't be here for centuries more. But if we are, we'll be able to go back and watch Candace Owens in her own words prove herself wrong. We'll be able to reference it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Get it together, Candy. The show is recorded. And if you blatantly lie, you will be called out. She said a lot of other stupid things during the show. Not a lot of others. She said the same stupid things over and over and over. There wasn't a whole lot of content here. Remember during her Daily Wire stint, she had topics du jour, and they were like, topic. Where are all the topics? There are plenty of things to choose from. Remember Mitchie Boy that was on her show? He said his dad was the Zodiac. You would have thought that Candace would have swooped in with her dragon talents and scooped that up and did a series on it. Baby, if you could crack the Zodiac killer, you're set for life. So many things to talk about. Let's pedal through her show.
New Year, actually, to everyone except for Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson of Turning Point USA, who has been working behind the scenes to have me smeared. Yeah, Andrew, you got caught. And today I sentence you to truth. And that's never a good thing for people who lie on my name, okay? I always have things that I'm keeping, and I know some things about you that now the public is going to know. And before I tell you guys how...
Pause. It's learning time for Megan and Tucker and all the Candies who are in her life and who think that she really loves you and you really love her and you really have like an actual friendship. Let this be a warning to you. She has a folder on each of you. Secure a little location on her phone or a tablet or a laptop or any other electronic device. She may have many devices because there's not enough memory in one device to hold the folder she has on people. She has screen recordings, phone recordings, text messages. Don't be cautious going to her home because it's bugged. You each have a folder of incriminating information. If you ever wrong her, this could be as, oh, whoopsie, during the barbecue, you stepped on her pinky toe. She's going to view that as you trying to cripple her by stepping on her precious piggies. You tried to cripple her by stepping on her pinky toe at the family barbecue. She's going to annihilate you with the folder she has on you. So just be prepared. When she tells you something like this, please believe her. You might think, oh, this is just a funny, gossipy conversation that we're having. You know, two gals, Megan and Candy on the phone on a Saturday. Oh, we're chit-chatting. Okay, Megan, you're being recorded. Hang on. You're being recorded, Megan. All of her friends, you're being recorded. That's just a learning lesson.
Caught. I'm talking hand in the cookie jar, red-handed, orchestrating attacks against me via obscure YouTubers.
I love that word.
I would like to at first go back and revisit Turning Point USA's end-of-year conference, Amfest, supposed to be America Fest, because I was not on air for all of it. I was just on air for the beginning. And I have a lot of things that I feel that I need to get off of my chest about that event. And it's never too late.
I'm going to start talking.
And I want to say this also. History books, they're not going to be fair to me. I think we know that.
Oh.
When I am long gone from this earth, the history books are not going to tell the truth about the things that I did.
Let's go.
They're not going, because there was one solitary thing amongst a great many other things, I should add. But there was one solitary thing that happened at Amfest, which was the straw that broke this camel's back. What do you guys think it was? What do you think it was that happened at Amfest that just sent me over the edge?
I don't know.
Before we hone in on that detail, I think the bird's eye view of Amfest is that it looks like a convention for a pyramid scheme. I think that's fair. I think that is a fair interpretation of everything that we watched. The conference looked and felt like a weekend in Las Vegas, like Disney World for adults, because that's what Las Vegas is. It's like Disney World for adults, or rather adults at Disney World or with Dollywood. No kids, because there was something about it that was disturbing. And I think that the comedian Tim Dillon did a fantastic job. You can keep deluding yourself and you can keep pretending that this is not how the public received this event. This is not how Republicans are feeling. But you would, again, you would just be deluding yourself. That's the truest take right there on the internet about how people felt when they watched it. It felt like everything that all of us on our platforms said that gave us the ick about Hollywood when they got up on stage and they mocked people that lived between LA and New York City, when they mocked the farmers and the ranchers and people that supported Trump in 2015. That's the vibe that it's getting. It feels like we're being mocked. Now, for clarity, that's just broadly speaking. Like, broadly speaking, it was not relatable to the general public to see a situation where a man is murdered in broad daylight and the company that he built allows the very people who hated that man while he was still alive to simply pay enough money to speak main stage and pretend that they were best buds. There's something about that people just can't relate to. Like, yeah, Ben Shapiro didn't really like Charlie when he was alive, but he gave us $1 million. So he's going...
Pause. Candace, can you show the evidence for that Ben Shapiro hated Charlie? Because the only evidence she's shown, the text message that Charlie was saying that Ben was lame, and Charlie said that Ben was jealous of Candace. Remember, she tried to make Charlie look really bad after he had died by sharing that. Everything I've seen of Ben, like his interviews with Charlie, speaking about Charlie, he's always spoken in favor of Charlie. I don't know why she's saying it was unrelatable. I can relate to fireworks and pyrotechnics. And you know I'm critical of Amfest and how it went down, but I can relate to the fireworks of it all. My favorite firework is David.
That actually happened. We
know because it was recorded.
Now, maybe Turning Point USA is not striving for relatability, and that's fine. Money can, in fact, be your motive. But for me, When it moved toward becoming an abomination, the thing that sent me over the edge was when I saw the tent. Okay, I am never going to get over this tent. I could spend a week discussing this tent. I could probably do a month of content describing what it was like for me when I saw the tent and how I felt seeing the tent and what this tent actually now represents. What am I referring to? Let's take a listen to a reporter who was at Amfest describe the scene behind her in the hallway outside of the speaking area. Take a listen.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
Oh, I don't want to flatten my hair now.
I can't. I cannot. I am not capable of whatever that. When I saw this, I realized I do not know enough words. I had to consult a thesaurus, and I still could not land upon the correct adjective to describe how I felt when I saw that tent. People taking selfies under a recreation. I don't know if it's actually the tent. It looks like it's pretty old, or a tent that Charlie died under. That's what was happening at Amfest. Horrified. I was aghast. I don't think I ever described myself as aghast. I was aghast. It was ghastly to look at that and to realize that they made a conscious decision to allow that to happen. To what end? Okay. I was so gassed. I messaged people inside of Turning Point. I said, I want to know who approved this because I know what's going to come next. You're going to say,
okay, first of all, people at Turning Point, block this woman. Block her. And don't respond to any unknown numbers because probably spoofing numbers left and right. Please stop. When will you learn your lesson, people at TPUSA? Stop consulting with this devil. This made me chuckle when she was triggered by the tent. She was so triggered by the tent. She could not believe. She doesn't want to see the tent. It's triggering for her. It's PTSD inducing. Okay, the tent. It made me chuckle because remember when she said this?
And so again, I am still going to work with him to get me the footage so that I think it should be shared. There's nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again. Is that there's no blood. There's no blood from the back.
So the tent bothers you, but you want to watch the deletion video on repeat. Did she seem as upset then as she does now about the tent? And I thought the tent was in such poor taste. This is why I didn't have anything good to say about Turning Point on the Jay Wood podcast last Friday. I don't know who thought, oh, this is a good idea. Yeah, let's put the tent up. That is going to remind everybody of the most traumatic video I've ever seen of a young man losing his life. Okay. Big mistake. Just stop. Please get some help.
Oh, we don't know how it happened, and something fell through the cracks, and so much was going on. And we had no idea the tent that Charlie died on was being brought in as a display. We had no idea that was happening. So I messaged and I said, who did this? Who approved this? I want to know, because I have no authority to fire these people, but I want to pretend like I can fire the people who made this decision. Everyone involved. And the answer that I got, you're not going to believe this, or you will believe this, that the person who approved this tent was the amazing Elizabeth McCoy. Potentially more amazing than her husband, Michael McCoy. Elizabeth McCoy was the person who approved this tent. So there's no way that they can come out and pretend like Erica didn't know this was happening, because she's very close to Elizabeth McCoy. Amfest is when we realized that something very disturbing is happening in America. I feel like Amfest is, or what it did for me was it contributed to my realization that the future, the dark future that everyone's always predicting, like the AI future, it's here. We're actually here. I think that we are fighting machines. I think that these people are not humans, that they're sentinels that maybe look like humans. That's how I feel. I feel like it's the single solitary event that contributed to my realization that the future is happening right now. And the issue that a lot of these...
Oh, girl, that's how we feel about you. When you refer to members of our human race as vermin, you laugh when they're annihilated in public simply for being Jewish. That's what we say about you. Like, are you human? You're not. You are a malignant, narcissistic, psychopathic robot. Have you ever seen the movie Subservience with Megan Fox? It's a new one. And that's Candace. She looks human, beautiful, got herself together, knows a whole bunch of words and things. She's not able to feel. She's an antisocial robot who's there to do a job. Wonder when the psycho candies who listen to this woman and hang on her every word and give their life savings to her in the super chats, when they end up stabbing someone to see if they bleed, because that's what Candace said she wanted to do. Oh, hi, honey. My David. Thank you.
Love you so.
I love you so, honey.
Make good choices.
You make good choices. Because remember, she said, I think that you're robots, and if I stabbed you, would you bleed? I don't want to stab you, but would you bleed if I did? When her psycho fans actually go out and stab someone because Candace says that they're all robots, what will she say then? Oh, I had no hand in this.
That's between us and the rest of them is essentially they don't know how to behave like humans. You know what I mean? Like we're fighting an algorithm, a computer code that is presenting as a human being, but actually it can't comprehend real human emotion. And the programmers can't quite write the code specifically enough to emulate real human emotion. And so in response, they're just multiplying the sentinels. Like they're sending more of them to say and do things that are obviously abnormal, that are obviously inhumane. And they're hoping that with enough of them pretending like it's fine, they can override our humanity. Like, well, everyone's saying this is fine, so it has to be fine. Everyone's saying it's fine, so it absolutely is fine. And there's something wrong with you if you don't realize why it's fine that we're hanging up this tent and taking pictures and selfies under it. I don't know. There's something wrong with you. You're just upset or something. The result of what's happening right now, and Tim Dillon is about to explain this, and I have a lot of Tim Dillon clips because he just spoke to me. Yeah, I think the answers last year taught us yes. They want to start rewriting laws. They want to bankrupt people for knowing the truth. A real headline today, by the way, Brigitte Macron, who was quite literally born a male and who quite literally committed statutory rape under the then French law against a 14-year-old student, has successfully secured a conviction against 11 people in France for cyberbullying. And the media is now, of course, trotting that out, pretending that that's proof that she's a woman. No, it is proof that France has now created law.
This robot is shaken in her robotic boots. She is terrified that the case will not be dismissed, that she will be taken to court and proven guilty and will be bankrupt. She keeps saying that she's going to be bankrupt, but her husband is a millionaire. Do you guys not share the same bank account? Does he ask you for half of the mortgage each month? What is that behind her to the left? It look like this? Let's investigate that, because guaranteed this woman, she's a Mason or she's a member of a Crowleyan cult. She could be practicing Thelema. I'm sure one of those books back there is the Book of Thelema. What is it, Candy? Let's investigate her. Okay. Are you practicing ritual magic? I believe you are. With your buddy Kanye. This is why scripture says, I'll find the verbatim and put it here. The one who speaks first in a lawsuit is believed to be the one telling the truth, but then when they're cross-examined, it's bad. So it tells us, try to work things out with your neighbor. Otherwise, they might take you to court and take the shirt off of your back. Try to work it out before getting that far. And if you're proven wrong, it's going to be even worse for you. She's trying to set it up for herself. When I'm found guilty, just know that it's not because I was wrong in saying that she's a man. France is the problem. Change laws, trying to impose those laws over here in the States so that we lose our freedom of speech, So this is not because I'm wrong. It's because of them.
Are willing to try people for telling the truth if the person who is lying feels bullied. That's what that means, just so we're clear. So if Rachel Dolezal is, as she is, actually born Caucasian and she's presenting as black, and you go online and you say, hey, you're actually a white girl, she can sue you if she feels cyberbullied. That's what's happening in Paris, and I think that's kind of an understanding of what they're trying to make happen here in America. The deep state is insisting on passing speech laws, and they're
that's just she's so funny. She is so hilarious. This is a woman who created an entire doxing system for people to post their bullies' information. And she would keep all of their information in a database for 365 days. After that, if you didn't do anything bad within those 365 days, we will delete you from the system. This is that woman. You could go find bullies' info and then bully them in return, which is exactly what happened. She tried to say, we're going to talk about that. Oh, believe you me. You're upset that people are doing the exact thing that you were trying to do. You said, just be a nice person. Like, take your own advice, baby. You don't have to worry about this if you're just a nice person. Just be nice.
The Hamptons debacle came up when I sat down with Erica, and she conceded that, yeah, she was there. I had no idea, by the way, that Erica was there. The first time I found out Erica was there was when I was sitting across from Erica. I don't know why I wasn't told that earlier. Anyways, the point being is that she was there, and she conceded that, yes, the Israel thing came up, and just as the people told me that his perspectives on Israel were being challenged. And then she said, yeah, I was there when Bibi Netanyahu called. Okay, how come no one has confirmed that? There's a piece of me that is angry about the fact that I have been telling the truth, and I feel like I have been being gaslit about that.
Oh, funny.
And no one has tossed me a little bit of rope, right? Girl, hey, Candace, you're out there. She's telling the truth. Bibi Netanyahu called. Erica says that Erica told me that, but he did not offer to take Turning Point to the next level. And I said, really? She said, yeah, I don't know who your source is on that, but that part's not true. He did call, but that part's not true. So what I told her, what I think shocked her, was that my source on that, which I had never previously revealed to the public, was Andrew Colvett. It was Andrew Colvett who told me that Bibi Netanyahu offered to take.
Didn't I say during group therapy last Friday that I thought Andrew was the mole feeding Candace information? And people were in the comments reaming me out because I said something bad about Andrew Colvett. I 100% believe this. Andrew need not be the spokesperson for Turning Point USA any longer. He definitely sent her the screenshot from the WhatsApp thread. When she says, I have sources in Turning Point, I believe she's talking about Andrew. I also think Jack Posobiec, whatever, that crazy guy, feeding her information. They need to get their house in order over there, and they need to stop talking to this devil, because it's not going to turn out good for them. The biggest mistake for Erica to trot herself to this woman's camp and try to talk to her and reason with her. Did you think really she was going to change her tune if you laid out all the evidence that first of all, why are you doing that? You don't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. This woman is not owed an explanation about any darn thing. Why is she calling demanding to know who authorized the tent to be at Amfest? Why did you even tell her it was Elizabeth McCoy? Why is she owed any information? When Rahalea said that Candace would be working with Turning Point within the year, I really believe it. I really believe for whatever reason, they still want Candace Owens. Otherwise, you would have X'd her out a long time ago. She would be on a permanent do not call list. Okay. You've all made things worse for yourself. This is on Turning Point. You mess with dirt, you get dirty. They're rolling around in the dirt with this fool. I can't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them. Erica, what were you doing? Going to meet with this fool. I'm getting angry. Oh my gosh, I'm getting emotional. You can give them all the information about who they're associating with and the problems with these people that they're having on their show and on their stage and all this and that. Okay, you can give them all the information to make an informed decision to part ways with the wicked, but they're not going to take it. This is where I get really upset. I'm so sorry. I just have to comment on this again because I'm just thinking. So Erica's telling her all of this. Like, no, I was there. I was with him. Bibi called, but that part wasn't true. Why are you answering questions about your husband to this manipulative shrew? I wish someone would try to talk to me about David Lowe. I wish one of these women who come outside when David's doing yard work Hi, David. Hi. I wish one of them would try to talk to me about my husband. One of them were to say, well, he likes his margarita to have a little splash of orange juice, but not too much, and make sure you don't put... Are you trying to tell me what my husband wants in his margarita? Oh, it wouldn't be good. So, Erica, you need to get on that level. Don't let this perverse and rebellious woman talk to you about your husband and ask you questions about your husband and meetings that he took and questions about his organization. Why are you allowing her to do this? Why did you entertain this insanity? Girl, let a woman do this. Let someone talk to me about my husband. Oh. Street Edie in full effect.
That's your punishment, Andrew. Truth. So now you can respond to reporters asking the questions. That's what you get. Don't lie in my name. Don't direct people to attack me. I'm done with all of it this year. Now, regarding the Fort Huachuca story,
If we were playing a drinking game with that word, oh my gosh, we would all be suffering from alcohol poisoning. The name of that fort, one more time. Well, listen, Candace, there's a reason God gives us certain warnings in Scripture. The measure you use to judge someone, you will be held to that same measure when the Lord judges you. Unless you are a believer and follower of the way, because then your sins won't be counted against you. But on Judgment Day, for this woman, the same measure that she used to judge these people and determine what their punishment should be, that is how she will be judged. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. She's falling. I know that she thinks that she's untouchable, and she really believes that she is something special. But no. All right.
you don't need to submit your alibi. Me.
Oh my gosh, I can't watch anymore. No, we're just done. We're done talking. What do you all think of this? Love how she's new year, new font, new intro. But girl, just let's how about new year, new you? The repented you, because we need a new you. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think about Andrew Colvett talking to this shrew? And what would you do if you were in charge of hiring and firing at TPUSA? What would you do with Andrew? Because he'd have been fired if I were running things. What all took place in this video? I nearly choked to death, brought up my childhood trauma at Skateland USA. I got a little emotional. We need to attend group therapy together this evening. Hopefully Jay Witt is back to live streaming. I don't know why they took away his live stream capabilities, because it affected me and my mental health. And I love you so.